Hi friends, it's Ryan from Retrosplat. I hope you're having a great week. Well, here we are. It's February, the coldest month out there, but we are keeping warm by buying and selling toys like crazy. So thanks for stopping by. If you haven't done so yet, please take a minute to hit subscribe or follow or whatever the button is on the platform you're watching us on so you can keep up with us. And also that gives us a chance to keep up with you. If there is a toy line we haven't hit yet that is a fan favorite of yours or a passion of yours, drop that in the comments below and we'll make sure we get that queued up on a future video and do a deep dive into a piece from one of your favorite toy lines. In the meantime, we have some great things to talk about today, so why don't we just dive on in. First up, a very cool piece that is part of any child of the 90s childhood. I don't come across these very often, but when I do, I try and scoop them up. This is the 1990 Hasbro WWF Jake the Snake Roberts action figure mint on sealed card. It's one of the most fun and theatrical wrestlers from the 80s. Everyone loves this guy, Jake the Snake. This is one of his first appearances as a toy. And I tell you what, this Hasbro line is a fan favorite. When people ask me for wrestling stuff from their childhood, 9 times out of 10, this is the toy line they're talking about. He's in great shape. Bubbles slightly faded, but it's tight, good tight seal. Figure, of course, is in perfect shape underneath. The card is clean, it's bright. There's a tiny blemish here, but it still would look amazing on anyone's shelf. Next up, we have a modern toy with a vintage inspiration. This is the Metalhead from the 2012 Nickelodeon reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's made by Nickelodeon and by Playmates. This was the second series that was a reboot to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's long become a fan favorite. And these figures are amazing. They have so much charm and so much detail and fun in the sculpt. This line of turtle figures feels like they were sculpted by the kids who grew up that played by the originals, or played with the originals, that were able to finally make a little fan letter to their childhood toys. He's much simpler than his 1989 counterpart. I'll put him side by side here in pictures. He has no real accessories, but he's fun, he's sturdy, and I went into my son's toy chest and grabbed his Ninja Turtle bucket, and he had one in there, so you can see him open. He's bright, he's clean, he's just a really good-looking toy. He's heavy, he's sturdy, he can take a beating. He has been thrown all over the place in my house. Check him out. And another note on this line is if you're looking for an affordable entry point into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys that aren't what's on the shelf right now, but don't want to sink the money into getting the originals, this line is a great entry level in. The price point is much more reasonable in the market than getting some original stuff, and they look great. They feel like the originals. They have these great boxes. The packaging's small. They display really nice. It's a great way into collecting some older Ninja Turtle stuff without breaking the bank. And finally, this is a major find. And I'm just going to start out with the box. We're going to roll this out bit by bit, but I think we're just going to start with the box. I was lucky enough to buy this partially complete Castle Grayskull in a giant toy lot that I bought. And shockingly, the box came with it. And it was in pretty darn good shape. Normally they're beat up, they're chewed up, they're musty, they're crushed, but it's in really good shape here. It has a little sticker wear you can see on the front and some sticker residue. It actually has the original price tag here on the side, if you can believe it. But it's just a really cool box, and you don't see these boxes that much anymore. As for the castle, I'm still collecting a few pieces. I need a dragon banner, I need one more of the cutouts. But I think as we complete it, we'll make a reel or something so you can follow this Castle Grayskull and check it out. So stay tuned for that. But for today, let's just focus on the box. I just want to say, playsets of this scale were not a thing in the early 80s. Mattel really led the way. I mean, this thing is a 2-story playset. It's got trapdoors, it's got elevators, it's got tons of accessories, it's got 3D accessories, it's got cardboard accessories. It really was a thoughtful piece. And why don't we just talk about this kind of epic artwork on the front? This artwork is done by Rudy Orbero, who did probably the first half of the Masters of the Universe line, all of the card art, all of the box art. It's really great. And the plot point in here really harkens back to, if you read those mini comics, the original storyline, which was to be the true master of the universe, you had to claim Castle Grayskull. So if you look over here, you've got the good guys, you've got Teela, you've got He-Man, you've got Stratos, but you've also got the evil masters, where you've got Beastman, you've got Merman, and they're all trying to get to Skeletor, who's hanging out in the castle. Let's flip it over. Let's take a look at the back. It's great. Look at that. It's simple, black and white and red print, all the characters and vehicles that are available thus far in the toy series. It's just basically one giant checklist. When I was a kid, I remember I cut this back part off the box and pitched the rest, which obviously I wish we had held on to that, but no regrets. But I can remember sitting on my basement floor coloring in this artwork and like plotting how I could get my hands on all of these figures. So anyway, stay tuned, follow us. I'm sure we'll have more updates on this Castle Grayskull as I get parts coming in, and eventually it will make its way probably to our eBay store. Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate when you take a minute out of your day and spend a little time with us here at RetroSplat. All of these items and so much more will be making its way over to our eBay store, where our username is RetroSplat1. That's our store name. You can just put that in the old search bar handle, and we should come up. Come on by. See if we can hook you up with a vintage toy from your past. Also, if you live in central Pennsylvania and want to come by in person, we have our booth at the Prussian Street Arcade. It's the West Lancaster location of the Prussian Street Arcade. Has very convenient hours, Tuesday through Sunday. Address, store hours, all of that stuff is in our bio. So come on by the booth and reclaim your childhood. I think that's it for now. We're really glad you're with us. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great week. Stay warm, stay vintage, and bye for now.